Yeah, so everything's fine. Um, it was a Tuesday night, so I had a good drive uh, to go get Barbara, and everything was fine. She was at the dentist, and you know, and went to the usual time and went to the usual place and saw the usual people, and American politics. Um, Inauguration day is tomorrow here in the U.S. Yay! Um, so anyway, meeting was okay. I thought, based on the introduction, um, which I'm not even going to justify with, you know, it is what it was. But I turned it and interpreted it as a meeting on fear, because it was about, it's not the end of the world unless we all collectively decide it's the end of the world, because this human race or civilization, as we whatever we want to call this, we can decide whenever we're done. We can have you know so if we start to panic and collectively, and well, it's happened before. And mob mentality and panic mentality, and it doesn't solve anything, but panic leads to panic, fear leads to fear, anger leads to anger, resentment leads to resentment, hatred leads to hatred. And it just compounds and piles, and it can take a long time to go. And then people forget too. So it's like every generation has to learn it for themselves. And then some generations, they just never learn it, and they just keep repeating it. And it might be that it's what they understand. They feel uh, safety in fear. They feel confident in fear. Fear they trust. Fear they think they understand. Fear is their friend. Doubt is their friend. Uncertainty is their friend. Um, Convincing other people to be afraid like them is what they do, to try to rally people to support their uh, feelings of inadequacy and powerlessness. Since they feel so bad about everything, well, let's try to make everybody else feel bad. I, to the best of my ability, with my speaking acumen, whatever that is. The guy that shared before me, I don't know, he did a good job. You know, I don't know if he understood exactly what he was talking towards, but he wasn't, deterred or scared off by the topic. You know, he just shared what he had to say, based on his understanding and interpretation. And it was good. And I don't remember what he said, but I had a good sense of it. And, like, yeah, he's been coming for a couple weeks now. It's like, good, good. Glad to see him. He has something valuable to share. And he is earning my trust. And for what that's worth. And, um, and then I shared. Um, and, I don't remember what I said, but it felt good. Because, I don't really care so much about the rules and the etiquette, and nobody gets my automatic anything just because you've been doing this or think you know, it doesn't qualify you automatically to instant respect and instant submission. I just don't do that. Am I supposed to? I don't. If I am, I'm not. So, and he's just a scared person. And if that is his recovery and his life and his sobriety after over like 30 years, well, I don't want what he has. that is not the life that I want. And I don't want to live a life in fear and a life of like the sky is falling or the boy who cried wolf. You know, I like to have a better understanding, and I don't always get that, but I don't need to overreact to everything. I don't need to underreact to things either. You know, so trying to understand situations to the best of my ability and then reacting accordingly. It's difficult, but I'm working on it. I'm not always afforded the luxury of all the information that I would like to have, because a lot of times more information is not necessarily better information. I can get flooded, inundated, um, and I will just have so much that I don't know what is right and what is wrong, and um, what is in, you know, so it is murky, gray areas, the borderlands, the shadowlands. I did have a thought that I forget how it went exactly, but it was a good thought, something, and I'll reflect on it and think of it later. Um, but about how I've been living this life, um, kind of like a ghost, but you know, and I only have as much time as I have, um, which I hope it could be a long time, but I don't really get a say about that. Um, but I hope to not be a ghost in death. So something that's what I'm shooting for. Something I'm not exactly sure how I want to say it or how it's supposed to sound or be, but there's something there. I'm not sure exactly what it is yet. But something about living a life as a ghost, and not wanting to be a ghost in death. I don't want to stick around. I'd like to find and complete whatever it is I'm supposed to be here for, if I'm supposed to be here for something. And I don't want to be a lingering soul trapped or in purgatory, always just kind of wandering, never finding resolution. Just a disembodied spirit. Mm. Yeah. Part of my experience, in 2016 was a bit disembodied, and I don't know about how to say anything about it. What it felt like, what I experienced, what I felt. It was incorporeal and terrifying. And it might have just been hallucinations, or it might have been the brain misfiring and synapses not knowing, just broken connections, and just synapses firing all over the place, trying to find some sense of home. But it was very disorienting, and it's like wherever that was, I don't want to go there, and I definitely don't want to spend any more time there. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. Some people are crying, the end of the world, or World War III, or Civil War here in the United States. I plan on getting some food, getting some sleep, waking up and go to work in the morning. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. If I'm supposed to be doing something else, I don't know what it is. This is what I'm doing. So I figure this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I told, I was like, I look to people around me for my social cues because I don't know how to feel a lot of times or how I'm supposed to think about things a lot of times. And if I see people being afraid, I tend to want to be afraid too. But I'm not afraid. Not this time. I don't see a threat. And if there is a threat, I don't believe in it. I don't believe the threat is valid. I think it's an invented, fabricated threat, one that is being made up and intensified and exaggerated. It's a mass delusion. And I'm not talking about anything like that. I'm talking about an individual who's just being a horrible person, just and inciting rebellion and leading millions, hundreds of millions, well, tens of millions, just under some sort of righteous pilgrimage or crusade to, it's a totally unworthy cause. An ego, what's the word? I can't find the word. But that word, it's a horrible person. And he doesn't deserve a name. I don't say his name. The more he's thought of, the more people say his name, the more power he gets from it. So it's like, I don't say his name. And it's not because he wins or anything, but, he hasn't earned a name. Not from me. So everybody knows who I'm talking about anyway. So he's a horrible, horrible person. He was okay on TV when he was just a TV person, but he's not supposed to be in politics. And then people believe in him. He was given all this. It's like, I don't know what it all means. I'm glad I don't know what it all means. I'd probably lose more faith in humanity. I have trouble enough with faith in humanity as it is. I struggle with that. Being human, calling myself human, like really? This is what I aspire to be like? It's highly. I don't know. But it was a good meeting. Regardless, I am actually part of the majority. Maybe I wasn't originally, but now it's like some of the old beliefs are kind of falling away. That's the way things happen. It's like beliefs either work or they don't. And it's like if we aren't willing to change our beliefs, to change with the change, it's that whole open-mindedness thing. We can't just stick fast to old beliefs and hope that they apply against everything that's ever going to happen in all realms of reality for all time. I mean, you can make really generalized beliefs. Well, what about when all the specifics happen? You can't just throw the same things at every single situation. Expect to have all the answers. Different stuff happens. The unexpected. What then? What then? And so, working on new beliefs, or adapting old beliefs into becoming new beliefs, and whole new strata. And I don't know. But a lot of the change. So, I don't know. It feels like breaking up. I'm not sure how to say it yet, but I'm working on it. Breaking into new frontiers. Getting off of the page. and I get to be a part of it. Just a part. I don't want anything more. I get to just be a witness, a participant and a witness, with some minor influence along the way. Maybe I can help keep it from getting too some people have a way of trying to of course, who am I to say if I know any better? I don't know any better. I just don't like fear-mongering, gaslighting, bullying, and just doomsaying. Just there's always going to be people like that. People that, the sky is falling people. Preaching. I'm not so much a fan of the preaching, even though I can be guilty of it from time to time. Only because I think my stuff is better. No, not always. I'm not a judge of whatever. I like it myself, and I can only speak for myself. What anybody else thinks, that's their business. So, I don't know. I had a really good meeting tonight, and Barbara, she liked it too, and she shared too, and she had a good share. And we had a good conversation on the way down. We had a good conversation on the way back. And that's all I know. And yeah. So, anyway, this is my other conversation for the night. And I don't plan on it being the end of the world tomorrow, but I've been wrong before. I don't think I'm wrong this time, though. So, see you tomorrow. It'll be a brand new day. And so, this is what I was doing the 19th of January 2021 on a Tuesday after I got back. And it was the day or the night before the big inauguration that everybody's so, well, not everybody, but people are making a big deal about it. Yeah. It'll all come out in the wash. Well, I don't like that saying. There's a lot of sayings I don't like. I make up new ones instead. So, anyway. I'm going to go. So, good night.